Alright, so I'm making another one of these deals here out of all the little scraps. I'm going to glue these in, and we'll put legs on it, so we glue it all up, and these will go like this. I decided to do it this way across instead so that I don't have to look at the joint in the front. So basically, I'll try and set them up to where they look like the nicest. But basically, it's just going to sit over on top of a radio so that I don't have radios stacked on top of radios. So I've got tons of this stuff to do this with now. So anyway, so let me get back to you after I glue and screw. All right, so this is the completed little shelf. I did drill extra holes. I don't feel like I need to waste a bunch more. If somehow one of these legs snaps off later on, I'll fix it. So I've glued it. This is just all scrap wood that we got yesterday for free. And so the load of the weight bears on here. These are not actually screwed together. On the other designs, I'd run them in. What I'm trying to do is use the minimal amount of screws on these. Let's get this glue out of here. And so I just use this old crap here. This was really cheap at Walmart. I didn't realize it was indoor only, but that's okay. If you leave this outside, it's going to get screwed up anyway. So I put that side to face towards the back, and then that will sit like that, and holds me fine. I'm probably about 185 pounds, something like that. So it did scoot. It did scoot a little bit here. Maybe I can adjust that. It did scoot a little bit on those ones. I don't really think it's going to be a huge deal. I was actually still able to turn it. So we're going to put this probably over on top of the 920. And I'm totally going to be able to build many more of this size. I probably won't build a whole bunch more. I trimmed up a bunch of this. I'm going to cut these odd pieces, make some stuff out of them. All right, so I've got this table here, and I moved some stuff over here. But we're going to come over here. I had this other one I made, and I felt like it was just too big. So that's what motivated me to make this one today. Yeah. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. Bye. You see, it's just too much on the sides. And I don't have room for everything like that. So I accidentally cut these shorter than I wanted, but I don't need that much. Well, I'm not sure what I did wrong, but I didn't measure it right. It's too small. It'll sit over that radio. So, I'm not sure. See that? Boom, boom, boom. I don't know how the hell I measured it wrong. Actually, I do. I know what I did. And I think the mistake that I made was I changed my design while I was in the middle of doing it. This board here was not supposed to be, it was supposed to be physically from there over, not in. And it still could be changed if I put a board on the end of it, but it would look really funny. So, also, now that I think about it, that really probably didn't have anything to do with it anyway. I cut this scrap of wood out of a triangle, and it was the largest possible piece I could come up with. That's right, now I remember. So I originally had a piece of paper with written down the dimensions I wanted, and I measured for the front of it, and I figured 19 by 15 would have been good. And it would, but as you can see, if I set this right here, you would need nothing hanging on the edges there at all. So, in fact, this like would be good enough for that, but you need like half of the 2x4s. And I mean, that is possible to do, but we'll just use this for something else. So, it should actually probably fit over my 101. Actually, it's going to work perfect for that. So, it does seem a little wobbly. I don't know if the desk is completely flat. But, well, we intended to make something for that. But I got to find bigger scraps. So, it looks like it'll do pretty good for this. So, I'm not going to put that there, though, like that. So, and I almost half tempted to get rid of that 920 and put it somewhere else. Put my old 101 over here. That way I can always have a 101 to get on, but I've got to make a decision as far as what radios I'm going to mess with. But it'll definitely be good for any 101s, 901s. So this is great. And the thing was, I could only cut this so far because it was a piece of triangle. And I think if you notice over here, you'll see one of these corners was like, I think it was this one. Nope, not that one. But one of the corners was almost, yeah, it was right there. It was almost a little too small. I came up to the edge of something where they didn't quite intersect. And, but I was able to squeak it out of there. So, you know, you just have like a little nubbed corner instead of a really nice corner. But that's okay. I'm trying to use up all this stuff and make some cool stuff out of it. So I think this will probably go over there. This thing's ugly as hell. So I don't know what I'll do with that. But if I make a whole bunch of these, I mean, like, seriously, like, you know, you could just play Tetris with them. And if you can keep them all the same height, I think we cut our boards 8 inches on the legs, so whatever that ends up being with a 2x4, and then this sheet of stuff, which is thicker than normal. I don't know what it is. It's not 3/4. Whatever red OSB is, that's what it is. So if I make a couple more like that, keep the heights the same, well, they could all like sit alongside each other and stuff. And I could mess with it like that. But yeah, that definitely works good, because you don't want to set stuff on top of the 101s, really. You know, the cabinets are already beat up anyway, so let's not make them worse. So, yeah. I don't know if I'll make one for this or not. The other problem, too, is this thing really needs these other things really close to them, or for it to clear the total length on the bench. In order for me to accommodate that computer was kind of the problem. And I would need to figure something else out. So, if that radio is not there and the 3000 was there, this would probably fit perfectly fine over the 3000. And I could put the 920 above it. That's another option too. So we'll have to take a look and see. I'll move that in a second. And I tell you what, that definitely works. So if I put that over there and put the 3000 down below and the 920 above it, that's another option too. So maybe we'll try that. All right, so I guess we could have it like that. And I need to relocate that UPS, put it someplace else. A little high, but I don't want it to be too low either. It could probably be good 1.5 inches lower, but we'll leave it like it is.